How are we doing? Well, fifth day of Navratri. Oops, hello. These two here. Hello, buds. It's been for a few people. I've heard quite a big day. A lot of people have connected with it. Well, let's just bring in this beautiful tinkling bell that drives away all negativity and keeps those nasty little demons at bay. They're even too scared to come near. So thank you for that. So I'm just waiting for some folk to come in. It's been for me. It's been a purging day. I've really connected with today's Devi, and it's so interesting that I was going to really just share it in depth for 3 days, because for people that don't know too much about the Indian deities, it can be quite a bit, they are a bit overwhelming, and the names are complicated because we don't speak the language, you know. And as I've said to people, in your own name, it's really important to make it your business to find out what your name means. Sadly, many of our parents didn't think about it, about choose. Many did, we were lucky, but the meaning of the name. A lot of people just were given the name because of a movie character or a film star. It's really sad how many people were in Germany as well. Almost every girl that's called Leah is called Leah because of Star Wars. Die Krieg der Sterne, they translate everything. Whereas the Indian and ancient cultures, they don't just name, and the Chinese, they don't just name a child. No? It's usually given in a dream or by the shaman. Very important what they mean. And if you actually look, almost everybody in India has one of the 3.5 million gods or goddesses names. That's where they derive from. I'm not sure how they work with it, but I know our African people, they're easier with it now. But when I was growing up, they would not tell us their real name, the name they were born with, because they said, if you know my name, then you know my name. You can do things to me. So I'm not sure what they do in India, to be honest, with the Hindus, if they also have a nickname or a pet name that is not your real name. Oops. Cool. Sorry about that, but I gave you some pretty pictures. So, yeah, where are we? We're on Navratri, the day 5. So I've really felt that I have connected, and I got that as a bit of feedback from other folk that because it's a little complicated to have the words, and that's when I just got so much amazing feedback um, that it was really helpful to go through these goddesses. So I thought, oh, I'll continue to do it in a little in depth. Um, because it's just, and it's not a very big one, so you can save some of this for the next Navratri. It does come around again and again. Oh wow. So we just got some beautiful incense and clear the air, clear the energy, and bring in the divine. Okay, so let's get on with it, blessed Skanda. So we've had amazing Parvati, who's like done her young girl stuff and got married and been happily married and in her power, and then absolutely ripe and ready for birthing. So she's, but on other levels as well. So she's actually the Kushmanda. She creates the whole universe. I was probably thinking of it. It's and with that beautiful scent, that beautiful smile. Was probably Parvati in her pregnant phase, but yeah, interesting because that Shiva doesn't really have children. He's way too powerful and too strong. His seed would not actually work. So the children are quite interesting that they have arrived. Like he's taken them on very much as his children, but they're not actually, as in human conception, seed children. So we know that Ganesha, and this is also the time where one actually thinks about Ganesha, because he kind of comes before in the space. This is the creation of Ganesha, where Parvati, yet again, is so incredibly powerful. She can do absolutely everything and anything, and she does. She has created the whole world and remembers that and is constantly recreating and knowing her power. So we have, and also I find it's just like a little touch of my silly humor and my amusingness, is that as the space of mother, not as great big earth mother, just as space as mother, she actually she's lost her arms. She's only got 4 arms, and 2 of them are actually holding a lotus, and the other 2 are holding. One's holding her son, and the other's just holding. I think it's a mace that she's holding. But she's had the opportunity to have all these wonderful arms to make her life so much better. So now when she needs them, she's just like she's working with the bare minimum of arms. Um, she's like really embraced her humanness and just her mothering skill. And if you've been privileged enough to be a mother, you know that you just love absolutely everything. There's all these wonderful love hormones get released into your body at this stage in your life. Okay, so she is called Skandamata because she is the mother of Skanda. You know, sometimes I wish they'd just give them one or two names, but they don't. It's just is what it is, okay. Who's also Kartikeya. The Lord Skanda is the commander-in-chief of the divine armies who killed the demon Tarakasura, which is really important because that's part of the reason, a huge reason, that Parvati and Shiva are together, was to actually bring forth this child to remove this god Tarakasura from the planet, because he had, I don't know if the story's here, he had asked for a boon, and they can, demons, people, everybody. It's also interesting, I was just like, everybody, all the asuras and the gods are all worshipping Navratri right now. Everybody does it. It's not just limited to devotees. Yeah, they all respect the mother. They know where it's coming from. Oh, there we go. So, according to Skandamata, the story after Sati was Shiva's first wife, and she puffed and burnt herself, and Shiva went off into absolute misery and pain and suffering, and he just went into huge, deep meditation. So meanwhile, the demon Tarakasura performed severe penance. So there's prayer and asking. They go off into the forest and they want something. So this is what I say. We don't know what's coming right now, because it's not only the good people that are being blessed. Anybody that wants to pushes forward is going to get blessings. Okay. So they performed severe penance to Lord Brahma and asked for the boon of invincibility. So Brahma denied him immortality. Said, I can't do that. That's really pushing, but I'll give you the next best thing. And he said that only Lord Shiva's son would be able to kill him. So since Shiva had no interest in marriage at that time, he was busy meditating for thousands and thousands of years, Tarakasura believed himself to be completely safe. And they do that often. There was another great demon. That's why Durga was created, and she was given weapons from everybody. That's why she has so many weapons. She has the weapons from Brahma and from Shiva and from Vishnu. Just the babes, at least, because only a woman would be able to defeat him. So they have a lot of, like, we have the Cinderella. What's the one? Who slept for 100? The Sleeping Beauty. That only true love's kiss could wake her up, change the spell. And Snow White also had that one. Okay, so there are always conditions to these things. Hello, love. How are you, my beautiful? Just pop in to show. Thank you, my love. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying them. A lot of people have really, like, I don't know why. I tuned into her this morning because of the mother of children, and that was just stuff that I needed to really cry about and deal with. I think also because Skanda is the god of war, so without knowing it, some of us have really tuned into that. Interesting that he's not just the god of war; he's the god of knowledge and war, and he does not here, but he has a little spear, and that is not it is for killing demons, because he's the god's armies to create the, the triumph of good over evil. But it is the sword of truth. What's it called? His Val. His Val. I think it is his Val. VAL. It was gifted to him by his mother. So it's also the spear of knowledge and wisdom. More wisdom, not just knowledge, wisdom. Yeah. I think if you really have to go to battle, you should be in a wise frame of mind. So now we had this guy. He was just completely, the world was getting completely out of balance. So to restore balance, the gods prayed to Ma Parvati for the reincarnation of Sati as the reincarnation who performed intense penance to marry Lord Shiva. With her devotion and the intervention of the gods, Shiva eventually married Parvati. Their divine union produced a powerful seed. It manifested, but as I said, it's anyway, as Kartikeya of Skanda, nurtured by the Kritikas. The Kritikas are really interesting. And that is, that's also why, I don't know, a lot of people are feeling like really intense, a lot of calling energy. It depends where they're affecting you. But the Kritikas are in the Vedic astrology charts, and they are actually the Pleiades, and they sit between Aries and, well, they're within the end part of Aries, it's more in Aries, and then the beginning of Taurus. So it's this shower of really bright stars. Um, in the Indian, the Vedic, sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 7. And there's actually an interesting one. I think she calls it, it's galactic astrology, galactic astrology. She's really very, very, very together. If you want to, you can study with her. But she looks at where, from your chart, where it is. And so, I mean, like that. But the Vedics, yet again, another thing is that they've just been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. So it sits very much in the space of Aries, but it is pulling. It's because of where we are right now, Aries. So it's really showering upon the planet, and it's actually affecting, because it affects the moon hugely, our moon sign. So the moon is in Virgo at the moment. So we're really, really feeling that, because I looked that up, like, why am I feeling like I am right now? And I did this whole little dive down again into the Kritikas, which are, it's just the Pleiades, just, which are here. The Pleiades, people from the Pleiades, and the energy of the Pleiades is here for our manifestation. So we're connecting through 3i Atlas, or whichever way we've been doing it for a while. Oh. But they also, they don't call them the Seven Sisters. And they're not so pleasant, but you need to work with them with wisdom. But they are illness, things like that come from war. Illness and hunger, and those are what they stand for. But there's also obviously the other side of them is health. And they actually nurtured Skanda and taught him a lot as a child. He kind of went off to them for quite a long time, which is very often, if you've seen the old pictures of him, Skanda, the little baby, he's actually got 6 heads. So they are for each of the 6 mothers, the other mothers from the Kritikas, who actually gave him knowledge and the wisdom. So you don't really want to do war, because it has problems. But yeah, you can't also be a pushover. Okay, so he grew up to be a valiant warrior, and finally he killed the demon Tarakasura. So he also needed all of this wonderful schooling, how to, you don't just go out there and be a warrior. Yeah, you have to learn the tactics and the what was it? Yeah. The philosophy and the thinking behind war, the tactics. So for this reason, Parvati is glorified as Skandamata Devi, the Navratri 5th day goddess, who embodies maternal love, purity, and courage, totally unconditional, totally forgiving, totally all-encompassing, to everything. Yeah? So worshippers believe that invoking Skandamata Mata on this fifth Navratri removes sorrows, purifies the mind, and brings wisdom, prosperity, and liberation, and especially if you have children. She is, and it's so interesting that a lot of people are really feeling her blessing right now. So I'm glad that I'm feeling it, and that's very much what she is worshipped very deeply because she is the mother. So obviously, people who have children or want children are going to be worshipping her and embracing her as their goddess for a time. But as you if you don't now, you know again that with the Hindu philosophy, you don't have to keep a god for your whole life. You can change. You can have a few different ones. Like almost everybody will celebrate part of Navratri. Maybe not now, but they will later on in the year. Some celebrate it more. The north and the south are slightly different. You can embrace a god or a goddess for a short time in your life, and then like move on to another one. You can what was it? Yeah, yeah. As I say, you can have we usually have our main god, and then under that a few different ones. You can also just blow it all through and just go with the energy. But people will still go to the festivals of the other gods and goddesses, and they're brought up with this. All the movies in India, the kiddies movies, the big movies, they're all about this. And as I say, with naming, if you see that almost all Indian people have names of gods and goddesses. So if you're ever looking up a name of a goddess on Google, if you're not clear about it, it'll take you to a cricket player or a movie star or a businesswoman who's got these wonderful names. Yeah. And it is usually because they were born under that star. So there are people who are called the Kateka, and they were obviously born with that very strongly aspected. It's very strong, it's a very good drive, um, very focused drive that sits in Aries. But yeah, in the beginning of Aries and goes into Taurus, and then that energy stops a little bit. So enjoy that energy. It's there for everybody. Obviously, it affects different houses and depends where your stuff is, ever so slightly differently, but it's there. Okay. I was also, maybe it was because I took my other altar down and I put up a new altar. Go through. And it was also something really just so interesting, like wherever anybody's telling you about the mantra, is that they are really, really clear. They get like, you can hear this little, don't say. It's like, Om Hrim Saha Skandamata Nama. It's not, usually we say Namaha at the end of everything, so it is with love and God's blessing. But I don't know why. It's like, not Namaha, it's Nama. So, don't know why. It will come one year, it'll come and tell me. This stuff is such a wonderful, multi-layered weaving of wonderness. So saying any of these mantras, I do say a lot at the moment because I believe her to be for me, and I've done it for a long time, is Om Mani Padme Hum, and that is the mantra of Kuan Yin. But it is the 6 true words of Buddha, and you can't really make a mistake. And I think the bottom line for all of this, and they always say, is that just if you come with a devout heart and you come with your simplicity and your purity, and you say, I don't know what I want to do, but I'm doing the best I can do, you will get blessed. Yeah. So just hang in there for these few days. It's not long. And then it's always in good Hindu wisdom. It ends with the male stuff because we can't have all 9 girls and no boys. So, Skandamata, obviously, we're dealing with him and with his mom. That removes obstacles and negativity. It grants wisdom and knowledge and goodness for our children and brings peace of mind and prosperity. Because remember, it's all over the auspices of Lakshmi at the moment. It provides spiritual growth and liberation, and it blesses devotees with strength and courage. So I love the fact that right now she is definitely it's not a tiger or a lion, it is a lion. So she's got her husband's car right now, it's a boy, because she's got to take the kids around, and she sticks with it for a little while. It's much more comfortable and more spacious and more roomy than her maybe not faster than her delightful little female um tigress. Yeah. But this is definitely built for comfort, maybe not for speed, comfort and safety. So it was just my kind of little giggle that she's got she's got the hubby's car with her. So yeah, that's what else did we have to say about today? Oh yeah, that's just personal stuff. But yeah, they've I don't know why they've done that. And I think I mean it did affect me very much. I went to the lake today, and aside that I don't always, but I went with my bicycle, and it was, oh my God, what happened? And I was like looking so forward, because a while ago it was closed. I actually walked home at night, and then I turned the corner. I was looking for so forward because it's usually so beautiful, and there's such beautiful trees, and all the trees have gone, like all the trees have gone. So it must be easily between 20 and 50 trees that are just gone. So now you can see the lake. So my heart really hurt because then I saw my crow. Then I stopped my bike so that I was like, take some pictures. This is like, what the hell's happened? I can't even ride. I'm like crying because of these trees and humming at the trees that are gone. And it's just so completely bare and naked and exposed. They can do this, the Germans, in a day. I've seen them like do it before. Like just take a whole forest out with efficiency. Yeah. And then I was standing there, seeing my crow, and then the next thing, there were these few ducks that came, this family of geese and some ducks, and they came screaming across the river. Chaka, 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 chaka. And I thought, oh my goodness, they're coming to tell me all the nonsense that's gone on. What are they going to do with their babies? Where are they going to put their babies? So I had to take a little picture of that. Maybe when they were flying away again because somebody came by. Because it was always under the trees and in the roots and the overhang of the trees, because it gets really hot here in summer. So, so this is all this mothering stuff. So I was very, very glad that I had the energy of beautiful, beautiful Skandamata to just hold me and to hold the ducks and the geese and the other birds. Really sad. It's like so sad. Because we'd get it was always full because it was like had such beautiful overhang and so many lovely shady places for the water things to shade in and to rest in. And especially, as I said, for the babies. They would sit there and you'd like, oh, every year you'd find like little families of babies that had sort of gone for a day outing and gone picnicking under a little section. Then you could sit there for quite a long time and just watch the mama teach the babies. So dreadfully sad. I found very, very sad. It really feels like there's been a big war, a tree war. Yeah, beautiful skin. And she's just feeling very regal at the moment. She's simple, but she's regal, as I say, in Papa's car with the lion taking her in Skanda or Kartikeya. He's also called Munga down in the south, I think. Oh. And he is Ganesha's brother. And later on, I'm not sure when he gets how I'll have to figure that one out. So these stories, I say, they're so multi-layered and full and so splendid. But there is code. There is code in them, and I'm like so blessed that I'm tuning into some of the code is being it's just opening for me. Yeah, very, very, very respectful for that. Ah, Debs, hello, my love. Yay. Oh, that's okay. So I'm glad you were still watching, my sweetheart. So yeah, how's your day? I was just saying that I don't know when you popped in. I was looking at pretty pictures, but a lot of people today, quite a few people have really felt the call. People that don't really know, but that have just been reading what I've been writing. So yeah, really feeling the mother today. Yeah, some definitely, huh? Yeah, she is, and so I was just giggling. I mean, just like the time when she needs all these arms, she actually doesn't have them. She's just mama. Just put aside magic. She's just got hmm, she's just got her lotuses. Two lotuses and one small weapon just in case. But basically she's blessing and nurturing and reading stories, and that's what I said for like so long. I didn't have time for this stuff. Last night, oh my golly, I'm so tired. So tired last night. I'm just very tired again today. I'm going to go to sleep now, now. But it's not late, it's like 8:30 here, 8:30, but feeling very tired. And then I found that all these trees, like 20, 30 trees had been cut down. So I was like very devastated. So I just stayed and cried and hummed a sweet, sad song for the lake. Well, the lake you can see, but the lake is like really so dirty right now because it's just got this thick layer of sawdust on it. It looks very like yucky, and with particularly like clear that we have such beautiful lake water now. So it's I'm sure the fishes and the plants at the bottom of the lake will enjoy it. I know years back when I cut some trees down in my garden, that was the best flipping fertilizer ever was that sawdust that was left. The plants just did magic stuff. Yeah, I know. It's me too. Not so much for, well, for me, but for the little ducks. And then I took a video. I must maybe post it up on thingy. But I only took it when they were going. Because then my crow came and was chatting to me. And I thought, okay, thank you, crow. He did a dance for me the other day. I was out in the car with somebody and we stopped at the traffic light. And it was time for us to go. And this like crow decides to walk across the road. So she's like, look, she knows a little bit about my crow story. Then he gets to and he's in front of the car, and then he does like this whole little 360 and this whole like little dance, tick 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 tick. And she said, "My God, did you see that?" Like he definitely wanted to be seen. But he was like walking like really across the road, like, where you're supposed to walk. Yeah. So then I saw my crow. Well, it's not the same crow, but they do communicate. So he was quite near. Victor, Victor, hi, my love. Yeah, the girls are tired here, so I'm not sure how you're doing. We're tired. We're feeling a little whacked. But that is most probably why I am feeling whacked, is because of the trees gone. So, I mean, it's not that far away. It's about 2 kilometers, a kilometer and a half away. Just went with my dog. And it was so weird. I was thinking, I'm just going to be able to turn the corner and see all my beautiful trees. And it was like, oh my God, what the F happened? So then all these few ducks, they came like across the pond, and the geese came like running on the water, running out the water to come stand on the bank next to me and start screaming. They were having a long this is not okay. They were really, really screaming about this trees gone. I'd say 30 minimum, 30 trees, if not 50. The whole road of trees next to on the bank of the river, of the lake, gone. Whoops. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Oh wow. You see, okay, you got squirrels. Okay, that's so cool. Yeah. Oh, you see, I hear the woodpeckers. Oh golly, did we have strange sleepies? I was talking loud. I woke myself up because I was talking. Um, no, you couldn't say, but yay, you're back. I must say, I am just focusing on this stuff. I don't really want to mix my energies right now. It's too much. Um, except how much poop your old Megan is in. Megan's in the poop. She's really in the poop. How did that come across? Somebody wrote a book in response to their tacky book. She's nuts. Yeah, that Schumann is really out there. The Pleiades are really, that's a set that's like the Kitakas, that's what they call him in the Vedic, and he's born under that. That's why we're all feeling to relate to this dude. But the energy is like pulling for a couple of weeks. Not long, not very long. It's about 2 weeks. And then it's gone because it sits here between Aries. It overlaps in Aries and Taurus into a little bit of Taurus. And then it moves over. So at 3 a.m. Yeah. I don't remember when last time I had a sleep, a proper sleep. Oh no, I'm really trying to like get up early because I don't have my boy anymore, so I don't have anything to get up for. So I don't want to get into that space. Yeah. So I get up and I go out for a ride. Try to go out. If it's raining, I don't have to. But yeah, I think I'm feeling like very whacked because of that, and particularly because of the trees. Oh, lots. I'm always like, I see lots of people. Just keep it for a long time. I don't know. I keep very quiet about the stuff that I do. Because sometimes I talk about it and then I see people's eyes go like, and I haven't even started, and people's like eyes go wide, and then I can just like be quiet. I was like with my crow thing at the moment. Well, the crows are here, and it's since my dog passed. I mean, we do have crows here, but and they weren't really after me. But since my dog passed that day, they were all over. And I mean, I just like, okay, you notice a crow, and then you notice a crow. And then you notice a crow, and then you think, oh no, hang on, I'm really no, that everywhere I'm going today, there is a crow. Like I'm really starting to notice the crows. Um, Aw. Oh. I see like weird things, so like sometimes I don't even like. But I've had visitors for a long time, and I don't like. I'm not really in right now. Um, I do things, and I know that it's why. When everybody's getting married, I'm getting divorced. So it's that kind of thing. So I'm kind of do things slightly differently. So people are getting. I see that a lot of people are getting visitors, and that's really cool. But I'm just like hacking my way through this absolute reality of the gods and goddesses of India. It's just so they real. They're not bigger. They've just got the real truth out there. I'm just digging, 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 digging more and more, and it's just opening up like wow, big levels for me. Big, big levels. I do see, like it was interesting because I saw that Grace was doing like the green thingamajiggies, but I was seeing the jade green, but then I've been also working a lot with the jade dragon at the moment. I've been working a lot with the power animals as protection and putting myself in the center and whoever else needs to be in that protection. So I'm working very strongly with the 4, 5 animals. Oh, you must be careful, sweetie. It was the cat. They can eat and drink a lot, eh? But don't like give pebbles. Those whatever you call them, kibbles. You must get onto the Doctor Natural Google vet because a cat you can like change, dog you can't. But they need to have, and I don't this whole kibble thing with the cats because almost all cats will get like kidney failure from those pellets. So and then they've been doing it for like 40 years, as long as I know of. That looks very disgusting. No, Christina's cat, that was like 40 years ago. Giving my age away, yeah. But that was like 40 years ago that her cat had kidney failure from pellets because of the fillers and all the nonsense they put in there. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. Mm. Mm. So who's been visiting you, Victor? I do a lot of your what I was saying. Oh, so I was doing a lot of that jade green. So I did kind of know who that was, but they weren't from another planet. I've got my guys that have been coming around for a long time. Yeah. Oh, Debs. Oh, I'm so sorry. She's such an old girl. Wonderful. But I'm glad she can't eat kibbles. Oh, she's done a good haul. Well done. Well done. Spend as much time as you can with her, my love. No wasted time. I'm so glad that for like the last almost 2 years that I hardly went out without Yuki. I didn't go out of the, I mean, I went out the house, but I didn't go anywhere without him. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's nice. That's really nice. Today is a big day, and as I said, it's because it's also. I mean, I don't know. It's not my. I naturally analyze things. It's just a part of my being and get formulas. Um, but it's also it's this these Pleiades. that are really affecting, and it could be a lot of Pleiadians. Yeah, and I think that well, they all are. The Octurians are here, and the Palladians, and who else was I talking to the other day? I mean, I usually work with the Syrians, but they're not very active. No, they don't do stuff. They just come talk to you. They don't do stuff. So the Pleiadians are very into manifesting and helping us manifest. They're very active at the moment, and obviously the Octurians. Mm. And it's very much who knows what's going on. I mean, that was the other day. I mean, that's as I saw so clearly was actually 3-hour atlas, and just like so much effects from that. Oh. Yeah, now somebody's got to do this, like Taurus down to earth stuff. Now this stuff's so far out. It is so far out and so full of truth that I'm so glad that it's like very down to ground. Yeah. I mean, you missed yesterday's, which was absolutely wonderful, and I just keep trying to get, but at this, I've like moved on to a whole nother level. So what I'm actually teaching and talking about right now is like just what I've just seen, and it's just so wonderful because I'm seeing the codes and the patterns in all of this stuff right now. Not in all of it because I've only tipped the earthberg, the iceberg of this, and I've been like deep diving it for 3 years, but on my own terms. I haven't had anybody to really teach me, so it's just like working with and absolutely nothing. I won't have anything to do with AI. And I don't want anything to do with white people. White people bullshit. So they're also finding a lot of the Indians, the Hindus, the Sagas are finding their stuff because their history is also changing. So it's working with Hindu philosophers, Indian philosophers. Mm. Mm. Yeah, frequency. It's all about song and frequency. You know. So we've just got to just keep moving our frequency up and putting more energy in. That's why I'm just like I'm doing this, and it's still please. I mean, if you're feeling like a little wobbly, just look at the pictures that I'm posting of these people. If you don't come and jump in here for a little bit of extra goddess work, because it's like all. It wasn't just wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and that's now we over the solstice, the equinox, and yeah, we will be doing. But it's like, yeah, there was a lot of, we were like working, that's what we've been working on, like opening the stuff and being open to visitations from the mother. People like, yeah, oh, that's so nice. Well, I've just got the animals, and I'm quite happy to be an animal whisperer. They were like, God, they descended on me. Oh, posted. Then, as I said, I took the picture and they were going off. There weren't that many because there's like all the trees. It's all the like the picnic spots. You know, they've got no shade. There's no shade. And what's going to happen to all the babies? I'm used to. I mean, this is like not just like it's so pissed off because this place has got like duck crossings. You know, in this town, you've got a crossing and it's got like duck feet across, and we've got them all over the place because we've got lots of duck here, and you've got to break for duck. And now they've gone and destroyed the habitat. We've got lots of like water birds. So yeah, no, I get it. Here we do talk to some people here, but I don't really know people. But I know the animals, and that's okay for now. It's better. Oh no, they had somebody to talk to. Shame. Poor things, man. Oh. No, I must say, further down the way, they hadn't taken trees, but they have over the last few years. They've taken a lot of trees away. No, I suppose, but it's Germans, you know. I sent it to my friend in Ireland who comes here quite often every now and again. Yeah, it's almost, hey? It's going to be baby bird time soon. And that's why I say I don't know where they're going to put their babies, because they would always be at the side of the lake, in between the trees, and you know it would be beautiful and shady because it gets hot here, and it's very long. The days are extremely long. You know, the sun can beat on you until like 9, 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't become dusk. It's hot. It's hot from like 4 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. It's hot. So I don't think it's quite baby bird time yet, but it's very soon. Yeah. I was wondering, I thought it's snowing somewhere. And somebody had said there was a rumor that there was snow on the pyramids, but they did talk rubbish. Ah, cool. Oh, robins are so pretty. Yeah, after my dogs passed, it's like the animals. She's just bringing me animals. I've got that on. Did I post that? I don't know. I have a robin doing a dance for me. And it's so nice because I was with somebody else and we were with her dog, who's a big, big dog. And this robin just wouldn't go. And we were like really near, just even as people. And she said, "This is insane. This is crazy." She said, "It's not even going when my dog is going." I was just like singing and dancing. So that's my Yuki. It's my Yuki. And then, I mean, just to make sure that I could hear, he brought a whole tree full of crows one morning, like full. And I'd like to take a crazy picture of truth block. So yeah, it's my crow today, and then all the birds coming. Yeah, duck, 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 duck. Stupid people. But I'll take them some nice snacks tomorrow. Take them some yummy bread. Because we're not supposed to feed them, so we're not supposed to chop their flipping houses down. Goodness gracious me. I think I'm so pissed off because it will also grow lots of magic mushrooms there along the path. So we're not going to have any mushrooms next year. So, but where the birds going to sit, where they're going to go for picnic, where they're going to show their babies where to swim. It's like, it's a big lake, you know. And there's not that many trees. No, that's really shitty. Yeah, robins. Yeah, on equinox, there were just so many birds and so much noise, and I think almost the whole world had a bit of sun. Oh, somebody was saying our pyramids. So I looked, I googled it. No, there wasn't snow on the pyramids, but they did have snow in 2013. It's kind of quite pretty to see the snow on the pyramids. I'm sure if you were following the 2012 stuff, everybody would have gone, "Wow, we got snow on the pyramids in 2013. See, we." I mean, yeah, there was a sign if ever. I mean, it's not like somebody was saying there was a comment of somebody said that she was in Cairo and it rained, and that didn't go down well either because it doesn't rain there. So everybody's got their crazy electrical systems that are just outside, on the rooftops, and nothing's like covered. So it was like fireworks. Hmm. Take care, Victor. Yeah, luckily. Now ours is, I don't know how it's like, what is it? I think it's 22 kilometers. It's not big around. And I mean, obviously there are places with like little trees. But it was just like, why? And then I had this terrible thought because across the way there's like an open lot, and it's one of the many open lots which are owned by one particular family who have this beautiful house across on the lake. So they have a lot of money, and they grow animal feed there. It's quite wonderful when they see it. So I put photos up when they sow the seeds, and they all the birds from all over, all kinds of weird and wonderful birds, come and eat the seeds. And then I had this dreadful thought that they're going to sell that land and build condos, make even more money, and build like a waterfront village. Maybe they will. I will move out of here when the time comes. At the first available quick opportunity. Have a magical afternoon, Victor. Maybe I'll see you in I can see who's hanging out there in Truthwave. Yeah, now I'm seeing that was the other, but but I know what that is. That's something else. But I know who they are. But just tired. So Debs, I'm putting a beautiful bit of I know. It's so sad, hey? My Irish friends, they would rent a place here, but they've rented it for like 14 years. But they come over here quite often over the year, and it costs them like 20 euros to fly from Ireland to Germany. And I think the rent was going up, and they're the wrong side of Ireland, so they need a visa, and it was time. And the landlord put up the rent almost double for the new people that are coming in, because it's not in winter you can see the lake, in summer you see the park and then the lake. But it's an old building, there's nothing fancy and new about it. Yeah, it'll be sad if they do that here, because it's like a sort of arty village, but an old a retirement arty village. Yeah, that's on the other side in town. So they have like classical concerts and singing choir concerts, and it's all very classical for retired artists. Yeah? Not the new artists. But this side of town has been very undeveloped and very quiet and more rustic. So it will be sad if they do big new buildings here. But hey, it is what it is. They do a lot of boating. So let's bring amazing protection for us, and amazing love and peace, and Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. May peace reign. And so it is. So it is. Yeah, a little bit of wisdom. So I love you, Debs. Maybe I'll see you. If I'm sleeping, I won't. I don't set my alarm at the moment. I'll maybe next week again, because we haven't had our time change. So we also got like weird time changes at the moment. We're in the space between. So I love you. So glad to see you. I hope you got something. Just go back and have a look at the pretty pictures. Much, much love to you, my sweetie, and love your cat. Love your cat lots. Oh, sending you so much love, beautiful one. Thanks for being here, love. Take good care. Mwah.